Hello, everybody, and welcome back to City of Heroes and the adventures, the Chronicles, I should say, of Zapp Paladin. I have renamed him. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I think I thought of the name in an earlier issue, but I just decided it was easier to say, rolls off the tongue, a heck of a lot easier. So he is now, if I go in and look at his ID card, he is now Zapp Paladin. So, at the end of the last episode, I honestly don't remember what I had done. But I do have this outstanding Investigate Anderson construction. I have pretty much 2 levels beyond it. I think I can handle it now. We'll see. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Investigate Anderson construction. The reason this is going to be interesting is it's a difficult mission to do solo when you're at level. So at +2, we'll see how well it works out. So, as far as Zapp Paladin, I just really decided, Bzzt Paladin was the name of the character long ago, 7 years ago, when City of Heroes was live the first time. And that's just what I created the character as. I have decided, you know what? It doesn't make sense to keep it as let's go ahead. Rename Zapp. It just rolls off the tongue so much easier, as I mentioned. And I guess it's just not as silly either. Whatever. Okay. There's somebody else wandering out who looks like they aren't doing too well. So, they probably are doing the same mission, because I think this mission is always at this door. Okay, in order to avoid suspicion, the skulls didn't leave a perimeter guard. Lucky for you. Yes, lucky for me. And if I remember, there are cutscenes. Okay. So most of these mobs are going to be 2 levels lower. Just because, of course, I kind of ignored the mission for a while. So up until I get to the part that I'm afraid of. At least I'm pretty certain this is the mission that I'm thinking it is. Just arbitrarily, I'm going to go to the right. And I don't think I have to take out all these mobs in between, but why not? There's some experience in them. Who knows? Might actually be able to hit level 12 tonight. Okay, why'd she run off? Okay. Oh, it looks like I picked the right direction, because I think... Oh, nope, this isn't it. Okay. Oh, hello! There. Alright, we'll take out the patrol too, because I don't want them wandering into wherever I'm going to be. Okay. Inspiration's full, thank you. I should disable that notification. Ow! Hey. There. Zap. Okay. And we'll just go this way. I think this is continuing on according to the minimap. Anybody in here? Nope. Keep moving those containers. We haven't got all night. Zapp Paladin. My brother, he tells me not to hunt you. He tells me killing you would be bad for business. That it isn't the right time. Maybe that's true. Maybe. Unfortunately for you, I never had a good mind for business. Okay. I'm gonna hover so you can't get that nasty whatever it is at me. See, the real problem here is he's an elite boss and he has all his cronies with him. Oh, he can hit me with that thing all the way up here. Oh, and I did not want to do that. That was stupid of me. Let me go back over this way. There. Yay! Okay. Much easier when you're +2. I guess that was very anticlimactic, and then they're all gonna run out. Yep, I can't even target them. Cowards, all of you! Yes, I waited until I was much more powerful than you before I came after you. Mwahaha! Strategy. Use it. Okay. So that was very anticlimactic. I don't even think there's anything else over here anymore. Nope. Alright, let's exit. I don't even think that's the end of that arc, to be honest. I cannot remember what the end of that arc is. We shall find out. There's Hidden by Defense still hanging out here. Okay. I can't believe it. You did it. You stopped a Superadine shipment and arrested one of the Lords of Death. Zapp Paladin. I don't know how I or anyone in King's Row could ever thank you. I mean, the Skulls are going to be looking for some payback. I don't know if I could ever live knowing that I was being hunted, but I guess that's what makes you a hero, huh? Hey, I got an email from a guy who claims to be Eagle Eye of the Regulators, a supergroup who cracked down on drugs throughout the 1920s, 80s. 80s. Anyway, he said he wanted to meet you, so I told him I'd put you two in contact with each other, if you were interested. And, yeah, sure. From a member of the venerable Regulators, Eagle Eye has come out of retirement to help combat the Skulls and their Superadine dealings in King's Row. And I don't have any other news story for you to follow up on, but I'm sure there are other people in the city that could use your help. Okay, so I guess that's it for her. So let's go talk to Eagle Eye and see what he has for us. Now, I don't know this character because I may have explained this in an earlier episode, but we got 600 yards to go through and some clockwork zapping at us. By the time this content came out, all my characters had already out-leveled it. So this is all actually... a lot of this content is new to me. I have played some of it with my other characters in this reintroduction of City of Heroes. So that's how I knew this Anderson Consulting was going to be a bit of a challenge at even level. So, Eagle Eye. Who are you? Ron Longstick. Okay, Ron. I read all about you, Zapp Paladin, especially with the work you've been doing in taking the fight back to the Skulls and putting down their Superadine operation. I have to say, I'm impressed. Back in the day, Brawler, along with the rest of the regulators and I, put a stop to all this Superadine business. But it seems that bad apples do indeed stink up the place. As you are well aware, Superadine is back on the streets, and the Skulls are pushing at something awful. Zapp Paladin, King's Row needs a new group of regulators, and I'm not the only one who thinks you should lead it. Awesome. I'd love to be the leader. The Lords of Death, Part 1. Knock, knock. Listen, Zapp Paladin, the regulators aren't what we used to be. Hell. I know. Hell? Oh my goodness, I used the word hell! Oh, yeah. I know I look pretty ridiculous putting on my old costume, but right now the people need to see the heroes out in force, now more than ever. That's why I want you to represent the regulators here in King's Row, to give all those people that lost everything in Galaxy City a ray of hope again. I'm committed to this, even if it is just you and I. Unfortunately, things are pretty dark at the moment. The Skulls have taken it in the teeth, and their leader, Veliz Petrovic, isn't laying down. With his brother, Chernobog, behind bars, Veliz is striking out with a vengeance at anything that threatens his gang. Now, legislation to crack down on Superadine dealing here in Paragon City has apparently caught his attention, and in response, we've had a string of assassinations against city officials that have supported it. Veliz's scare tactic looks like it just might do the trick and silence the city council before they can even vote. A lot of people need your help, Zapp Paladin. Do you want the job? I'll join you in representing the new regulators. That's the spirit. Ha! I knew I could count on you. Now, I may not be as good in a fistfight as I was back in my heyday, but I still got an eye for details and planning. My guess is that the Skulls are going to target Councilman Hammett sometime before his speech tomorrow to the city council. I want you to head over to Hammett's office and provide him with some extra security. I'll just hang out here in King's Row and just look around and do nothing. Okay, thank you, Eagle Eye. Alright, report to Councilman Hammett. Actually, before we go over to Councilman Hammett, let's just... There we go. Alright. I love the waypoints in City of Heroes. Champions Online. You just get this blue arrow at the top of the screen that kind of points where you're supposed to go. Here it's very specific. Alright, report to the Councilman Hammett. On the floor, inside you see the bodies of both PPD officers and family goons. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Let's take the one flight elevator. Very dramatic music playing. Need to use another bank of elevators to go up the next flight. This ain't good. At first look, Councilman Hammett appears to be unconscious, but then you see his cold, lifeless eyes and the look of terror frozen on his face. He is very, very dead. To determine the cause of death, you find a single cut on Hammett's right hand, but while it's deep, it isn't lethal. Scrawled in his own blood upon his shirt, however, you read the following message. The Lords of Death are watching. Suddenly, you hear voices elsewhere in the building. Listen to the voices. Spread out and that. Okay, I couldn't read it while it was moving. Okay, so these are family. Zapp's first encounter with family. They're effectively the mob. So you have your button men, you have your consigliers, and all those other things that you've got in the mob. So leave or defeat the family goons. Well, what if I... Wait, shouldn't I leave at a minimum? I mean, shouldn't it be... Oh, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to stay here forever. Nobody leaves here until... I couldn't read that because it's moving. Thankfully, family aren't too difficult to deal with, but you got to watch out for the consigliers. A lot of them have hold powers that are very annoying. But the gunners and the muscles, yeah. And I don't know why I always use the rear left elevator, I just do. It's just something I do. Or if it's the tech lab with the 3 shafts, I do the one in the rear left, yeah. Always the rear left. I don't know why, I just do. And I'm going the completely wrong way. I need to go up one more flight. There we go. I tell you, the architects in Paragon City. Alright, let's exit. Eli. Great. They let me call him, even though he's right across the street. But other times, you get a contact in a completely different zone, and you have to walk all the way back to them. Lords of Death, Part 1, Knock Knock. Don't beat yourself up about it. You did everything you could with the information we had. Now we have more information. The assassin is almost certainly a member of the Skulls. However, what's concerning me is that the family is involved. Zapp Paladin, I've learned over the years to trust my instincts. And my instincts are saying that there is more to this than the family is letting on. Something very big is happening here, bigger than I originally thought. Lords of Death, Part 2, Deadly Little Girl. Listen, I have some old contacts that keep tabs on the gangs and Listen, I have some old contacts that keep tabs on the goings-on inside the family. I'll talk with them and see what they know about the family's presence here in King's Row. This is way outside of their normal turf. In the meantime, I've narrowed down the most likely target for the next assassination attempt by Vela's assassin. Councilwoman Simmons just finished a press conference demonizing the Skulls for their assassination of Councilman Hammett. And now she's vowed to take up Hammett's work and make sure the Skulls are brought to justice for their crimes against Paragon City and the citizens of King's Row. It's like she's painting a bullseye on her own forehead. I'll get over to Simmons' office right away. One last thing, watch your back, Zapp Paladin. The more I think about this situation, the worse feeling I get. This whole thing's stinks. Okay, sick. Stinks of the family trying to pave the way to keep the Skulls in business. Ever since Sebastian Frost took over the family business from his late old man, the family's taken great pains to appear hands-off when it comes to Superadine. Just be careful. I don't want to see you end up like Mina. This mission is of higher difficulty than normal. You may want to bring a teammate. And I agree. The reason being is, I believe, an elite boss spawns. But you know what? We're going to go for it anyhow. Encore with a 3. Some really unimaginative names out there sometimes. I mean, come on. You can't be more creative than Bzzt Paladin, right? Yeah, I know. Is it going to send me to the center of this giant monolith building? Oh, no, this isn't the one. Never mind. That building there. There actually is an interior, or like a giant, what do they call it, courtyard in the middle of that building. But you never get sent to a mission door in it for some reason. Alright, let's see how well I can do this. Because as a blaster, you just gotta You know, you're a glass cannon. Blasters, that's what they are. I got eyes like a hawk. Alright, so what do we got here? A capo gunner, a buckshot, and a buckshot. Okay. They're just gonna hang out over there because they're all ranged at oh. Okay, I was wrong. That guy is gonna come here. Gosh, I really need to get... Ah, I need hasten to recharge here. I still got another minute and 12 seconds on it. Okay, that knockdown is getting really annoying. In fact, it's getting so annoying. Let's go ahead and hover. Okay, if this is how it's going to be with just a freaking lieutenant. Wow. Dang, just one map. This is the thing about blasters, though. So, while resting, little useless tidbit. How Zapp Paladin's costume is basically a palette swap of Power Paladin, my main. Alright. This is just 3 binions, so this should go a little bit easier. Curse if I would stop missing. My goodness. It's like 66% hit rate, or 33% hit rate. I know you're supposed to miss at minimum 5% of the time, but look at this. It's like it's almost like 75% accuracy at this point. What are... Okay, ball lightning... Well, fine, we'll do this. Okay, so that should help ball lightning, but even the other ones are missing. Alright. Of course, training origin, what did that give me? 8.3%. Woohoo! Alright. I guess 8.3% is better than 0. There we go, finally. Didn't miss everybody. Ugh. I could probably actually go around that. I mean, considering the difficulty I had with the other group... If it was just the lieutenant... Okay, they're not going to move. There is something satisfying about ball lightning. Just the way it just does those little tendrils out everywhere. Okay, if I do 3 misses in a row, I'm calling shenanigans. 1. Okay. And there we go, my camera. It wouldn't be a game without my cat trying to help me play. Stay back, man. We'll handle this. Well, I'm assuming... Okay. Wrong knob, but oh well. Yay! Oh. Can I get to the... Probably not. Nope, I can't. Oh well. But with this many inspirations, I probably would have no problem with what I think is coming up. Because there's probably, yep, there's always something at the top of these stairs. Oh! And I have an ambush, apparently. How wonderful. Okay, I need to take care of this really darn soon. Before, well, actually all the inspirations have gone off. So... Oh, I forgot. I have Demis' staff. Okay. Whew. That ambush surprised me. Okay. So she's probably up. Yeah, right up there. Okay. Oh, two lieutenants. Wow, they're being really kind of cruel here. I mean, you can set the game up to have this type of mob set up, but I'll be honest, it's kind of cruel to have two lieutenants. Thankfully, they're one level lower, so that helps. There she is. Okay. I know what's coming up. Are you here to kill me? Kill you? No, I'm here to protect you. What? Then why did you just knock out my entire security detail? Security? Those are family goons, ma'am. Why, yes, Sebastian Frost did provide me with some of his boys for security. But it wasn't anything illegal. The skulls are targeting city officials that are putting our feet down to combat their Superadine dealing. Mr. Frost simply shares my point of view on the problem. Wait, the family wants to stomp out the Superadine in King's Row? Councilwoman Simmons appears to be ready to comment on that when she pauses suddenly and looks around nervously. Did you feel that? Feel what? Okay. That! Death, Zapp Paladin. Can't you feel his cold hands closing about your throat? And she is an elite boss. Oh boy. So an elite boss. Let's see here. What I really want to do is go over here somewhere. There we go. So she can't melee. And that did it. Phew, okay. I didn't even check if she was even level or one level below. Orange, I think that would have been one level below. So I don't know what to say. Start at the beginning. Frost came to me with a very sensible proposal. He wanted to clear his family name of the stain his father had put on it all those years ago. The link between his family and the street drug called Superadine. I wanted to believe that he was doing it for the good of Paragon City, but deep down I knew he wasn't. Keep going. I emphasized with him. I understand the difficulty that a parent's decision can have on their children. Councilwoman Simmons grows upset and wipes at the corner of her eye. It's okay, you can talk about it. It's my husband, Carl. You see, he's very ill, and to be honest, I'm not sure how much longer he has. We've been keeping it a secret because, well, his illness was caused by his drug addiction. If the press were to learn of this, it would ruin our careers. But worst of all, our son, Albert, would have to live with our failures hanging over him like a shadow, just like Sebastian Frost has had to live with his father's mistakes. I just wanted to find a way out. Frost said that he would be willing to have some specialists come in and see what they could do for Carl, but only if I helped him. Standing up against Superadine seemed to be a suitably appropriate favor given the situation. I thought it was a sign that good things were to come. I know it was a bribe, but I was thinking of my family. And I have two choices here. I understand your secret is safe with me, or I'm going to have to put you under arrest, Councilwoman. So, I am sorry, a true hero. I know there's the human factor of it, but I am going to have to put you under arrest. I understand. What I've done is a crime, and I should face a jury of my peers. I want to thank you for what you did today, Zapp Paladin. I just don't know what the future holds in store for us when the only ones who will stand up against the skulls and street drugs like Superadine are the Frost family. I'll stand up against them. Now let's go. Okay. I feel sorry for her, but it's not my decision. The courts will have to sort that one out. I can only hope she gets a fair trial. And I know this is only a game, of course. Alright. Well, let's see what Eagle Eye has to say about all that. Things are definitely getting interesting. I learned from my contacts that Frost and his family has been meeting with city council representatives for the past few days, trying to drum up support to fight Superadine, all in the name of clearing his family's good name. Apparently the Skulls have told Frost and his family to find someone else to peddle their drugs, and for them and the Skulls, someone else to peddle their drugs for them, and the Skulls have found their own way of making Superadine, cutting out the reliance on Frost and his suppliers. Now Frost wants to teach them a lesson, and so he's going to make it very hard for the Skulls through political backroom dealing. All of that is fine and dandy, but we have something more important to deal with. Well, let's get to the point, Eagle Eye. Part 3. Deep Cover. We need to find out where Velez and his Skulls are getting their Superadine and shut it down. I'm afraid that squeezing gangbangers on the streets just isn't going to cut it this time. The Skulls have their backs up against the wall here, and the only way we are going to learn who or where they're getting their supply from is if they want to talk to you. So you want me to go deep undercover then? That's the idea. I've already talked to Paula Dempsey about outfitting you with just the right disguise to fit in with the Skulls. She can give you more details on it. All you need to do is get in with them and listen. If we can find Velez, then we'll find their supply. Until then, just follow your instincts. I'll be monitoring you from afar in case you get into any trouble. Okay. Alright, Eagle, you just continue to stand there in Freedom Plaza, and I'll do all the work. I mean, I understand some of these contacts sending a superhero off, but he is a superhero, so why is he sending me to do all this? Zombcare. Hey, Zapp Paladin, Eagle Eye said you'd be coming by. Let me tell you, I've had some strange requests before, but this one takes the cake. Are you sure you want to be going undercover into the skulls? Sounds pretty risky to me, but then again, I'm no hero. Here's your disguise. I fit it with a couple of experimental odds and ends that should be able to mask even the most eccentric hero from being recognized by the average street thug. Just be careful not to let it get shot or anything. That could be bad. I've also got your disguise hooked up with a nano mic and earpiece so you can keep in touch with Eagle Eye on the sly. Oh, I almost forgot. Eagle Eye told me to give you this tracking beacon. You know, just in case things go sideways when he needs to swoop in and rescue you. Let me know when you're ready to suit up. Leave. Infiltrate the skulls. You're all set. Are you ready to become a skull? I'm ready. Not ready yet, or I'm ready to infiltrate the skulls. Enter mission. Let's do this. After a few days masquerading as a skull, you find out about this hideout. Someone in here is bound to know a thing or two about Velas and the Superadine lab. And hey, I'm a skull. Ha! Oh, arg. Okay. The dreaded exit click on accident. Let's do this again. It was so much fun the first time. Let's do it a second time. Okay, good. I didn't have to spend another couple days because of that. And what do we got here? Quick strike, heavy blow, sweeping cross, submachine gun, and focused burst. Oh, and they're all my friends. I'm not going to read all that. Interesting, Zapp Paladin. You should be able to convince this Shatterjaw that you're... Okay, whatever. Do I have the MB? There we go. Nope, I don't even have his... Alright, I'm going to let you folks read that. Hey, what's the hurry, Chief? I want to go upstairs. Nah, only fighters competing to become a Bone Daddy or Death Doll get to go upstairs, and you don't like one of them. Not yet, I don't. Alright, I'll let Bone Dust know we got some fresh meat coming upstairs. Head upstairs. He's our best lead yet. I like how you're not getting past me. I want to go up there. Okay, you can go up there. And if only Bone Daddies and Death Dolls are up here, why are there slammers up here? Yeah, I'm just saying. I am just saying. Oh, let's actually follow. Looks like we got a right old gang thing going on here, of course. I want to check out what else is around here really quick. We've got... Up some stairs. Okay, I guess I really don't need to be going this way. Let's go back there. Yeah, I don't even have sprint. Just T-Mobile. Okay, that was a really bad joke. I have really, really bad jokes all the time. So, I hear you want to try and join the ranks of the Bone Daddies. That's right, I'm ready. Well, you sound ready, but only surviving the rib cage proves whether you are or not. I told you I'm ready. You know that if you lose your life, right? A true skull isn't afraid of death. Well said. Go and talk to the fight organizer. He'll set you up with a match. Leave. Also, try not to get hit in the face. It could disrupt our comms. Thank you, Eagle Eye. I'm really glad that you're more concerned about the comms than, you know, my face. Bone Dust gave you his approval? Alright, I hope you kissed your girlfriend this morning, dude, because today just might be your funeral. Hope makes you weak. Easy, save some for your opponent. Step in the middle of the ribcage and prepare for the fight of your life. Okay. Boom. We have a Death Head Soldier. Whap, whap, whap. Machine gun, miss. Machine gun, hit. Whap, whap, whap. This is it? Okay. Oh no, not now. Listen to Eagle Eye. The PBD are swarming the building. You're in. Zapp Paladin, you have to get out of there. Okay. This is the Paragon Police Department. Where do I go? Yeah, the building's surrounded. Okay. Come out with your hands up, and we can end this peacefully. I can't remember which way. It wasn't this way that I came in. Well, actually, it just showed me the exit. Here we go. Okay. Well, that was simple. That was very simple. Okay. After escaping into the sewers, you find your way back up onto the street, and with an invitation to meet Velas at the rave tonight. Oh. Confront Velas. She doesn't even want to talk to me. Alright, fine. We're flying through King's Row, past some clockwork and other things. Okay, hang on. Oh, there's a clockwork right there. This Canaanite, though. Oh, and I made another friend. Okay, let's see here. All I really wanted to do is just rescue that woman. There. All right. This is where the skull said that Velas was hosting a rave. Time to crash the party. Come on. Gosh. I really need to get hastened to perma. Hey, you're not going anywhere. Okay. Dear goodness, there's a lot of people up there. I'm just going to indiscriminately fire ball lightning into a bunch of innocent people. And hope that it just sorts itself out. Okay. Holy crap! That's Zapp Paladin! Got some rave music going here. Not my kind of music, but whatever. Stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. Okay, I think that was 3 misses in a row. I'm not 100% certain. Okay. Okay, 3 freaking even level minions gave me that much trouble. I'm doing something wrong. Okay. We have a problem. I know. With Zapp Paladin. It's not safe for you to hear. Life isn't safe, little sister, but your concerns for my safety are something. I'll tell Blackberry to lock up the warehouse after we've left and shoot anyone who tries to leave. Until Zapp Paladin is dead, something. It shall be done. Mr. Ada, if you'll accompany me, I believe you wanted to see my lab. Yes, Ada want very much. Oh yeah, Ada, the trolls. He has his own story arc over in the Hollows, which I am not going into the Hollows. I just hate the Hollows. I had enough of the Hollows back in the mid-2000s. I don't need to go there ever again. Hey, look, a miss. Another miss. Another miss. Another miss. Wow, this is really fun. Another miss. Another miss. Wow, okay. And yet another one. And yet another one. Okay, this is really getting annoying. It's like, just... I know, I'm complaining, but wow, just... There has to be something about future results are based a little bit on past, or future whatever are based on past events. At level 12, I might... Yep, there's a dual origin, okay. Dual origins are a little bit better. Okay. It just occurred to me. All last mission I didn't level up. Because 12 I get to pick a new power. And even this mission, so... Oh well. That is my fault. That is all on me. Okay, they'll send you over the rail. And then by the time you get back up here, there you are. Hey, look, I missed. What a surprise. All those misses. I'm sorry, it's just getting really frustrating. There's another one. in the thing about electricity, it's funny, with electricity powers, I'm going to let the heal up here and recover some endurance. Um, with the other powers, like energy, when you miss, it actually sends the projectile energy bolt or whatever off to some other direction or something. So it's even a nice visual clue, and I think it even looks at the criticality of the miss. So for instance, if you roll a critical failure, it's like literally the projectile literally goes at like a 90-degree angle off of you, as if though, what the heck were you doing? But at least it misses. With electricity, it always hits the target, but it doesn't always hit the target. So it's just one of those things about the electrical power set. A whole bunch of people have just said things. I am not going to read all those. And I'm going to drag these guys back here. Jeez, oh criminy. Really? Seriously, I mean, what the heck? Okay, hang on. I know, this is cowardly, but what the heck? I can't believe I'm having such a hard time with one lieutenant. Okay. Actually, if I can peel you away from your buddy. Let's get you out. Oh, I put him on that so he won't fall over. Oh well. I don't remember Death Head gunners hitting this hard. Wow. Okay, there we go. Shoo. Okay, we got 3 minions down here. Should not be too difficult. I said, of course, said things like that before. Yep, there's somebody right behind me. Missing every other shot is getting, again, very frustrating. There's another miss. Just give me yellow inspirations from now on. Apparently that's all that I need are yellow inspirations. Gonna go ahead and load up on those. And hope, nope, can't even take one out. And already I'm down to 50%. Yikes! Get him off his feet. And he didn't fall over. Okay, well that got everybody out of here. Defeat Backbreaker. Oh, hi, Backbreaker. Hi, how are you? If I'd known you were coming, I would have been a little more prepared. Confront Velez. Interrogate Backbreaker. You're as strong as Velez. Maybe he does fear you after all. Where did he go? He went to the lab with Ada, the leader of the trolls. You have no idea how big this all is, do you? Well, whoever said their grammar was good. Where's the lab? There isn't a damn thing in the world you can do to me that will make me tell you that. Tell me where the lab is, scumbag. You're right, I'm not a killer like you and your buddies. You never change a thing in this town if you aren't willing to kill for it. Think about it, Zero. If what you're fighting for ain't worth killing for, why bother? Not everything is about life and death. Of course it is. Everybody lives. He reaches for a knife in his boot. And everybody dies! Knock him out. Plant your tracking beacon. I'm Backbreaker. Okay. So we now have an idea of where Velez is. Zapp Paladin? What the? Your tracking device shows that you're at the Royal Refinery. What are you doing here? You planted on one of the skulls to lead you to Velez. And the Superadine lab? Damn, son, that's some smart thinking. Amazing work, my friend. Amazing work. With one of the Petrovic brothers behind bars and the other one on the run, the skulls are going to be licking their wounds for some time. Without their Superadine lab or resupply from their backers, Superadine and King's Row is going to be a thing of the past. At least for now, that is. Dance with Death. Assuming Backbreaker went to go find Velez, it would appear that the skulls have set up their lab at Royal Refinery. That makes perfect sense. The industrial chemicals going through there would completely mask the telltale signs of Superadine production. The facility manager is probably being paid or blackmailed into letting Velez and the skulls set up shop there. It's time to shut Velez and the skulls' Superadine lab down once and for all. Head to Royal Refinery. Be careful. If even half of what the skulls say about Velez is true, he is a deadly opponent who believes he controls the power of death. Additionally, Morana is still a big question mark. She hasn't shown up since you stopped her from assassinating Councilwoman Simmons. But that doesn't mean she isn't part of the equation. Keep aware and make sure she doesn't get the drop on you. You might want to get some help on this one. Good luck. I'm going to take his advice this time. Since I seem to be having problems with just a single lieutenant, I need some firepower. And it has been close to an hour for this episode, so this will be a good place to stop for a good cliffhanger for the next episode, where we take Velez down, if that's how you say his name. I'm not sure. So everybody, I hope you're enjoying City Skylines and the Chronicles of Zapp Paladin. I really love this game. I love playing it. There are some things that frustrate me a little bit, but it's still a really fun game. I hope you try it out. If you do, just drop me a PM at the Paladin in game and let me know. I would love to meet you in game and actually hang out with you. So everybody, you have a great time, and if you like what you see, hit that like button, and also hit the subscribe button if you want to know what comes up that's new. And I will see you all in the next episode of City of Heroes. Take care and bye.